5 o'clock this afternoon is going to be one of your last chances to get out to Los Angeles for this year's sold-out Alter Ego Festival. That is the Black Keys. It is Blink-182. It is Billie Eilish and many more. When the tickets go on sale initially, it sells out very, very quickly, as you might expect. So January 18th at the Forum in L.A. is when that's going to happen. And you only have 3 more chances to win a trip. 5 o'clock here with me, 9 o'clock tomorrow morning with Rover, and then the last one with me, 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. But it's airfare, it's hotel, it's tickets, the whole schmear for you and a pal. So 5 o'clock this afternoon, your next chance to do that. What else? Mary's back on Monday. I'm going to have details for you very soon. We're only in Monday and Tuesday of next week for the holiday week. And then when we return, I should have the specifics for you on the Alan Cox Show 10th anniversary special, which is going to be Monday, December the 16th. It is going to be our last live show of 2019. And we'll tell you where that is going to be and when and how you can join us and all that. So we're crossing the T's and dotting the I's on that whole thing. Poundcake, you saw the story that they wanted Julia Roberts to play Harriet Tubman, yes?
Oh, my God, yes.
It was one executive, right? It wasn't like...
It doesn't matter.
I know. Well,
this is...
Go ahead.
Nope, not even going to... Go ahead.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
have not... I'm curious to what you have to say, because I probably agree with you.
But I'm just saying, it shouldn't even be one executive. This is how clueless they are in Hollywood. Like, they just think... Because the person said, the quote was, no one's going to know the difference. I'm like, so what do you mean? You're going to put her in blackface? You're going to use effects to make her black? What are you going to do?
Well, here's the thing. I assume that this was a long time ago because Julia Roberts...
in the 80s or something.
There you go. And she was at the height of her fame, right?
Probably mid-90s then.
Mid-90s, maybe. A studio exec loved the script that a guy had written. A black screenwriter wrote a Harriet Tubman. There's a film out now called Harriet, about Harriet Tubman. I think Cynthia Erivo is the actress who's playing her, black actress. But I don't know how many people are going to see it. And so at this time, this guy's probably just thinking, look, we want people to see this movie. We got to put asses in seats. I still don't know, though, how you go, let's get Julia Roberts. Let's talk to her. Because no one other than you is going to go, love it. Love that idea. The studio exec...
Do you think they actually would have done blackface?
No.
They could have done Angela Bassett.
I don't even know. You're right. I don't even know why anyone suggested this out loud.
It's very
because the rest of the room was white. Let's be real here.
No. The screenwriter's black. He was pitching this, and they go, it was so long ago, no one's going to know the difference. Now, granted, people are largely ignorant about history, but they know Harriet Tubman was black. I mean, I'm pretty sure.
But what I'm saying is the screenwriter could have been black, but all the execs, I'm guessing, probably were white. So he felt comfortable enough to say something like that, and he thought that everyone else would probably be in agreement. Like, yeah, it's totally fine that we have Julia Roberts, play.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. I can't imagine that it ever got to the point where they were having a meeting with Julia Roberts. Julia, baby, love your work. Listen, we have got a project here that we think you are going to love. A movie about Harriet Tubman.
If you want to put her in, fine.
And then she goes, awesome. Who's going to play Harriet Tubman? Angela Bassett? Who are the big black actresses of the 90s?
Oh, I don't know.
Elfrey Woodard?
Halle Berry?
Halle Berry?
Mm-hmm. She wouldn't play no slave. She's too bougie for that.
Yeah, but if she was trying to make that move to be taken more serious...
Monsters Ball.
That's why she did Monsters Ball, so that she'd be taken serious.
She got greasy for that movie.
I'm just saying, Angela Bassett, I mean... You can't have like a hardcore black film without Angela Bassett playing like some character in that. Julia Roberts could have played like the master's wife. They could have still put her in there if they were such big fans. But why she got to play Harriet?
Yeah, it's a really weird thing for
Come on, man.
anyone to say.
Well, what also would have been funny is at that time, even if you had gotten, because what they would have done is they still would have used Julia Roberts as the top billing. Mm-hmm. So they would have gotten an unknown black actress to play Harriet Tubman. So they didn't have to pay her anything. Yeah. Money's all going to Julia Roberts anyway. They'll say, and introducing Jennifer Hudson as Harriet Tubman.
Now, what if they cast Lady Gaga It's Harriet Tubman.
Now, why would you even throw that in?
Because I'm throwing it
to you. This is not like she's
your
not
favorite.
She's not gonna be in the cotton fields throwing around her disco stick. Like, no, she will be.
You love.
I don't love her for the Harriet Tubman role. Okay,
right.
I don't. I barely loved her as Allie.
What if she took it?
If she took it,
Yeah, would that change your point of view on her?
Lady Gaga.
Black Twitter would hear from her. Yeah,
Lady Gaga.
they would have her head.
Wearing a meat dress out in the field. Nobody wants to see that.
Coyotes chasing after her.
Lady Gaga.
That's why she was running for. She wasn't following the North Star. She was running away from the wolves and coyotes.
That's right. I told you not to wear that meat dress. I told you there's gonna be trouble out here.
No,
Yep.
Lady Gaga would be canceled if she did that.
Which she wouldn't, and no one would ask her to.
But like she's done some questionable things that I'm like,
Such
you know
as?
better. She worked with R. Kelly, and she like did a single with him.
That's different than playing a black historical figure, though.
But Lady
she wasn't.
Gaga usually uses her platform to talk about how women, being a feminist and Time's Up and Me Too, blah blah blah. But R. Kelly was the epitome.
But for a long time, people were treating R. Kelly like they treat Roman Polanski, like they treat
Didn't
Woody
see it,
Allen.
don't say it.
Well, they're like, they're still super creative. I know that they've got this checkered past, but nothing really changed for R. Kelly with respect to his peers until he was in court all the time.
Yep.
And everybody's like, well, I can't be, That's when Lady Gaga was like, sorry.
Because he was still writing songs for everybody. He wrote that for Lady Gaga. He was writing songs for Whitney Houston, like all these people, and nobody said nothing.
Now,
So-
what if there was a black person cast to play a white historical figure? Would people be okay with that?
Rebel Wilson as Oprah.
No.
Oh.
No, a black person cast to play.
A white person.
white
Oprah
person.
as Rebel Wilson.
I feel like people would celebrate that. I feel like people
No.
would love that. You don't think so?
I think we want historical
okay. There's
accuracy.
a thing called Hamilton.
What are you talking about? Alexander Hamilton. I didn't see the play, so I don't know what it's based off.
It's a Puerto Rican Alexander Hamilton.
Yeah.
Well, because white people can't rap.
Yeah,
If you're
but
going to have
Hamilton,
if you can have rippity rap history,
Hamilton is a white guy.
Yeah,
He's
but
probably not a rapper.
Well, I can't speak to that because I don't know that play. But
so
yeah.
But you understand the concept of the play.
No, I don't know. I don't even know what it's about.
Lin-Manuel Miranda is not a white guy. He's Latino, and he plays Alexander Hamilton, and then they rap history to you.
Okay. Well,
And there's black guys that play white guys all through it.
Okay.
Black people who play white
It's a
people.
reimagining of
Yeah.
history.
okay.
So what if it's a reimagining of Harriet Tubman?
Well, nope. Because it's different when white people do it. Sorry, double standard. You guys take away everything, and you guys have all the power. So when you guys get roles taken away from you, it's not as bad. I don't cry. So I don't feel the same.
What if Tom Hanks plays Malcolm X? I know Denzel already did it. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
No.
All right.
Rock,
Like I said.
is like a box of chocolate.
Hollywood is the majority of it is white. So when it's controlled by white people, best believe they're going to put white people in white roles. So when
Martin Luther King Jr.
a role gets taken by
That's
a
happening
white
all the
man
time, though.
and gives to a black man, it was probably well deserved.
It's happening a lot now where
Good.
traditionally white characters are being cast with minorities.
But it's not the same. It's not the same the other way around. So I'm sorry. There's a double standard.
And why is that?
Cedric the Entertainer played Ralph Crandon.
Yeah.
They did the Black Honeymooners.
I want to see the
Jeffrey Wright's playing Commissioner Gordon.
There you go.
Can I get the Black Home Alone? I think that would be fun.
Yeah, sure.
Starring Kevin Hart.
In the Macaulay Culkin role.
It'd be the adult Home Alone.
No, he's still
No,
playing
he's
a
still a
kid.
kid.
He's playing a 12-year-old or
I'm
whatever.
saying, but like it's played by an adult. Snoop Dogg could be the dad.
Yeah.
We can make this real ratchet.
I'd go see that.
I'd
I would
go see
definitely
that
go see
too.
that.
Spilling marbles out all over the place.
It's
And you
Christmas
still
time.
have that same question, like, what does his dad do to make all this money
Yeah.
to be able to afford this giant house?
He sells
and a
weed.
trip for 9 people to Paris.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kevin. Kevin.
Yup.
yeah, he's already named Kevin.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Well, because every time, and Scarlett Johansson has been the target of a lot of people's anger because, when they whitewash some of these roles, like she was in Ghost in the Shell, which just on its surface was not a very good movie.
What was the one? It's like it was supposed to be an Asian actress, and it was.
Well, the Scarlett
Oh.
Johansson.
But that was Scarlett
yeah,
Johansson?
It
Okay.
was an anime.
No, that Ghost in the Shell. It was like I want to say it was like a George Clooney movie.
Oh, I don't know.
Can't remember what it was.
Don't know.
But she also was cast as a trans person, and they canceled that movie.
Oh.
They didn't even do it.
Come on.
With Scarlett Johansson.
What about Celine Dion as Harriet Tubman?
He's on the phone.
Oh, he's on the phone.
Martin Luther King Jr.
All right. So, yeah, anywho.
So you can't go that way. Black people can play white people, but white people can't play black people.
As I understand it, that's whether
the
you
rule
agree
right now?
whether you agree with that or not, because some people like to equate the two, and they really just aren't.
I know.
But
I'm playing devil's advocate right now.
whether or not you agree with that, it's just the way things are.
Just the way it is.
If you had, like I said, if you had Tom Hanks playing Malcolm X, and listen, I mean, Eddie Murphy played Mr. Rogers on Saturday Night Live. I imagine he'll bring him back.
Mr. Robinson.
Well, it was Mr. Robinson, sure, because they didn't want to get sued. But we get it.
Now, you can play
You flip
characters.
the script. Huh?
You can. It was a different
Duh.
person.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it?
Yeah. You
Was
can,
it?
You can do.
Was
you can
it?
play a person on SNL.
Can you?
He could have gone on and been Mr. Rogers.
Can you?
Yeah, because it's a sketch.
Can
It's
you?
parody.
Can you?
Yes, you can.
Can you?
Yes, and
Really?
you should. Mhm.
Can you? Can you?
You can.
A caller called in asking about
They
it.
did. God, that's what callers do so often. God, why do these callers keep calling in?
Do they call and hang up?
He didn't want to go on air necessarily, but he said that, what about Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder? And I told him, I said,
Yeah, it was great.
well, no, because everyone gives him a pass. And I said,
It's not a pass. He was playing a white guy playing a black guy
Still.
in the... No, not still.
That was the bit.
That was the joke. A blonde, blue-eyed Australian got cast in the movie
And
of the movie
went-
to be a black guy.
And underwent surgery to change his appearance. It wasn't black, but he had his skin color changed.
That was the joke in the movie.
I understand that,
Yeah.
but it was, I don't know, I think it was a loophole on trying to pull off blackface without being offensive.
Oh, plenty of people
Yeah.
got offended by that movie.
I mean, like, I don't,
I
I
don't
don't,
think-
I don't give him
I don't
a
think
pass
they were
because
trying to say that this isn't offensive. I think they were looking it right in the face and saying, this is what some people would do.
I'm just saying, I think it opens up.
Did you watch it, though?
Yes, I saw it, and it was funny. That's what I'm saying. I think people give him a pass because he did it well, and
He
it was
got an
entertain-
Oscar nomination.
Yeah.
He did the part well, and it was entertaining. But still, I don't
Did he
want
do
that
the
to
part
say-
well, or did he do the part extremely well?
He did it well.
Extremely well?
No, well, just well.
Just well?
See, this is what I don't like. It sets a precedent that
Because he did a really great job. He's hilarious in that role.
I don't want people thinking that, oh, well, if Robert Downey Jr. can do it, I can probably do it.
Or Ronnie
And-
Downey Jr. I don't like him either.
It's me, Tug.
It's me, Tug.
That's right. Now, Tug who?
Tug who? I don't know. Who are you?
Me? I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
What do you mean, you people? And that's one of the best parts of the whole movie is that back and forth between him and Al Pacino.
Al Pacino. Yeah, whatever the actor's name
Brandon
is.
Jackson?
He's like, you're not a black guy. Because he's talking about our people and
I know who I am. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
And you can start to see Downey crack up, by the way, when he's doing that scene. So, yeah, the joke in that movie was the movie within the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still.
If you call that a loophole or getting a pass,
it is a loophole.
All right,
no,
what
but
if,
but the story of the how is that a loophole though?
what
like
if
I
Harriet
said-
Tubman contacted through a Ouija board and said that she wanted Julia Roberts to play her?
Well, the Ouija board doesn't lie, so therefore I can't say anything about that.
What if the Harriet Tubman estate came out and said,
Estate!
"What
She
if
was a
the,
runaway slave.
did she have children?
Descendants, yeah.
Estate doesn't mean you're rich. You're descendants.
Okay.
Right? What if the Harriet Tubman estate or the Harriet Tubman Museum, right? What if they came out and
Did she
said,
have all that railroad money?
she had all that railroad money? I've played Monopoly.
It's underground, Bill.
That could be.
The money's underground.
By the way, do you
Everything's
realize that it
happening
wasn't a
underground.
literal underground railroad?
Oh, it was.
Yes, I do know
I'm
that.
just checking. I
Oberlin
don't know
wa-
what you know. I'm checking.
Oberlin was one of the main cities that, like,
Understood. I'm just making sure. Okay, we're all on the same page. What if the Harriet Tubman estate said, listen, this is, because you're talking 20 years ago, Julia Roberts at her peak. They go, This is a very unorthodox way to get this to the screen, but we want the story to be told. And if this is the way it's got to be told, then we're fine.
And it means
with
that
Harriet
more
Tubman.
people are going to see it.
More people are going to see it.
More people are going to learn about her.
I mean, this Harriet Tubman movie that's out now, it could be great. I don't know, because it's basically buses full of black women from church going to see it. Better than nobody. And this Cynthia Erivo is dynamite. She's like having her moment. She's popping up in a whole bunch of things.
Same thing with when busloads of black women going to see the Passion. That white man Jesus.
Well, that was busloads of everybody. That was white women, white guys, black women. Yeah, everybody who loved Jesus. You don't make $1 billion on a movie just from black church women going to see it.
That movie made $1 billion.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
yes.
Henry Cavill
That's
doesn't
why
look
everybody-
anything like Phil Collins, by the way.
That's why everybody kept talking to Mel Gibson.
Is it Henry Cavill? Is that his name?
Henry Caviezel, yeah. I'm sorry, Jim Caviezel.
Jim Caviezel,
No,
that's
you're thinking
right.
of Henry Cavill.
Yeah, that's
Superman. Jim Caviezel,
Jim
yes.
Caviezel doesn't look like Jesus at all because he does not look like Phil Collins.
I remember watching that movie at my parents' house years ago. They had rented it.
I never saw
And
it.
if you grew up Catholic, I was sobbing watching that movie.
Really?
Because it's so intense.
I already read the book.
He
I'm
did-
not going to go see the movie.
Don't tell me how it ends. Yeah.
My one complaint-
It brought back a lot of feelings, boy, about growing up Catholic.
My complaint was, I was like, why ain't they speaking English? And Mom, she was like, they ain't speaking English in the Bible. I was like, why is it translated? So, like, I was just, like, poking holes
Well,
in
because
everything.
nobody speaks Aramaic anymore. That's why.
But
you
I-
want to know? I mean,
I was just,
he did that movie Apocalypto, and that I don't even think that was in English.
No, it
I
wasn't.
was like, I don't like movies with subtitles. It makes me want to read. She was,
It makes me want to read.
well, it makes
you
me,
have to
it makes
read.
me have to read. And she was like, you need to. Like, she's like, this is Jesus. I'm like, okay.
I wonder if Monique's mad that she wasn't cast as Harriet Tubman. Well, she's mad about that, too.
I don't think Harriet
Harriet
Tubman was
Tubby.
heavy set.
Yeah.
I was going to say.
What?
Harriet Tubman wasn't heavy set.
Well, just because she was doing all that running. But, I mean,
All that running.
but how do
A
we
lot of
know?
cardio.
How do we know?
I don't know. I guess we don't know.
Yeah.
I wonder what she would do if she was alive today.
Monique's alive.
Not talk about Monique. Harriet
She's
Tubman.
suing Netflix.
I'll tell you what she do. She was alive, complaining that she's not getting $100 million.
Be on her iPhone.
Harriet Tubman?
Yes.
Do you think she had like a makeup line?
She would have like a weave, like the Harriet Tubman.
Well, and the funny thing is, too, is that people love to cite, gender swaps or race swaps in like comic book movies. Like late great Michael Clark Duncan
Yeah.
was the kingpin in the awful Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
Right.
But again, those are fake characters. You can do whatever you
Not a
want to with them.
historical
Right.
character.
They're not historical. Nobody minds Sam Jackson being Nick Fury anymore.
No, he's great.
For me, of course, Nick Fury will always be David Hasselhoff. But that's me. I'm old school.
Or a
I'm
black-
OG.
Or a Black Bond.
Black Bond.
Isn't it black female James Bond now?
I don't know.
Isn't that what
I
they
mean-
floated out there?
They floated that out there, but I think Danny Craig's going to take a couple of more shots at it.
I like him as Bond. He's a good Bond.
He's great. Idris Elba would be good, too.
I think Luke Evans would be a good Bond.
From The Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, and from he played Gaston in
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Beauty and the
Gaston.
He was in that movie I just saw, Midway. Man, that was a turd. I wanted it to be so good.
Oh, I heard it sucked,
It
yeah.
sucked real
and
bad.
it had a lot of good people in it,
It's
too.
got great people
Yeah.
in it. It just sucked.
It's
It just-
tough, man, with
it's
like...
it was a poorly made film.
Yeah, with historical war movies like that, it's like you got to check every box, and I don't know what makes a good one and what makes a bad one. Like the Dunkirk.
Yeah, that was a good
Did you
one.
see Dunkirk?
Yeah, I love Dunkirk.
Awesome. But like I remember years ago, I was dating somebody, and she wanted to watch Pearl Harbor, and it was god awful.
But you follow, like, there's been enough good war movies made that if you follow that model, you'll probably make a decent movie.
Yeah, but what's the model? Is my question.
The Saving Private Ryan, the Dunkirk.
So what did they not do in Midway?
In Midway, it just was. First of all, they had these battle scenes. That
It was
just
Nick
looked
Jonas
like,
that
yeah,
jacked it
Nick
up.
Jonas was in it. They had these battle scenes that just looked terrible. They looked like cutscenes from a Call of Duty game in like 2007.
Okay.
Like it wasn't good. And then the characters were, it was just corny and poorly acted. It was just bad all around. And it was kind of like jumping all over the place, but not really like I don't know, because it did have good actors in it. It just wasn't well done.
All right.
Just a clunky, crappy movie.
Yeah, I had no interest in seeing Midway, but I'll tell you what I
was excited to see it because I wanted to, I like going to movies like that.
Yeah.
These guys are real life heroes. Like, they actually did amazing things, and they should be honored. And that movie was not a great way to honor them.
Huh.
And it kind of bummed me out.
All right. You feel they were done a disservice.
Also, it's one of those things, too, like the way the movie ends, they show the people that lived through it and gave their backstory, but anybody that died before the end, no backstory on them.
Really?
No, like, hey, because Nick Jonas's character, spoiler alert, no one's going to go see this movie anyway, he gets killed. And they don't go like, hey, this is this guy, and he died this way, and it was very sad. They're just like, if you didn't make it to the end of the war, you don't count.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because they can't tell their own story anymore.
Which is why you don't have a German direct a United States World War II movie. Roland Emmerich.
Oh, Roland Emmerich.
Yeah.
I'm like, Wolfgang Peterson is not doing these, is he?
No, he did what? Independence
Day
in 2012.
That's the thing, too, is I think some of these guys are so used to making huge, large-scale films that they figure they can just crap one out and it'll be awesome.
Yeah, and it was not.
Okay.
But a good cast.
Yeah. Woody Harrelson. Patrick Wilson. Yep. Who's the girl? Mandy Moore.
Mandy Moore, yeah.
All right.
But they didn't give her anything to do other than, like, all right, now look worried. Like, she didn't have any dialogue, really. It's just lame. It was a bad movie.
All right. Roland Emmerich's made some good movies, too.
Well, this was not one of them.
Made Stargate back in the day.
I love Stargate.
Sure.
Stargate holds up.
All right, I got a break. I'm going to have those Black Crowes tickets for you on the way back. Going to get to some prison mail, too. And if you want to see the Black Crowes at Blossom next summer, we'll hook you up here in a minute. 35192 if you want to text for anything else.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio